must press dump button. Must press dump button and a big dummy picture of Tom. And here's Tom golfing. I whack the button like a golf ball, hung up. And then this one's my favorite. It's Tom going, here comes Tom, time to end the show. Oh. But my favorite is stay out, show being ruined. That's funny. Now that
Thank you,
funny.
Howard.
That's good stuff. Here's Tom trying not to smile. Go ahead, Tom. Well, I'm sorry. Yes.
Tom, Tom goes along with anything for the show, pretty much.
All right.
But Tom's not going to be disrespected by someone. Okay.
You're talking about yourself in the third person?
Tom is
only because you.
Tom is not going to be disrespected.
Right.
Tom will
I know
go
now
along
Cabby
with
can call in.
Tom, you were born disrespected.
Sal, you're such an idiot,
You're so rude. I mean, everybody has been really great and polite, but you're the only guy in the hallways that you just roll your eyes when you look at me. You're like email with legs.
I saw you first in the morning, said hello to you, and there's just nothing likable.
Is that how you say hello? What is that? Some Zimbabwe way of saying it?
Nothing. If there's anything like about you, I would respond to the likability in you, but I don't see any.
I hope cancer comes back in your nuts.
Oh, that's uncalled for. Don't you want it in his brain?
And good taste, and if good taste ever invaded your brains, and if there were any brains between those ears of yours, then maybe it'd come out.
So, Tom, what happened? You had to yell at Sal?
I didn't yell at Sal. I don't want to deal with Sal when he writes stupid things like that.
Tom told me, and
I went to Gary. I said, you know what? He's crossed the line, and I'm not going to have the line.
You are ruining the show, though. The sign, that is funny. That hanging over where you dump the button goes, stay out, Tom ruining show?
No.
Howard, I originally had douchebag at work.
No, that's not right.
That wasn't nice.
Right.
That's why I did it.
Right.
That's why.
That's wrong. That's over the line.
Your sensitivity really knows no bounds.
Listen to me, stupid.
Hey, wait a second,
Sal. You know what? You're not going to be here long.
I'm only kidding.
You know what?
That's not
you know
funny.
what? And you don't kid like that. You know what? You have no right to say that.
You haven't earned the right to.
I apologize, Tom, but notice that when I wrote douchebag at work, I used better judgment and didn't use it, and instead
So for that, I should congratulate you.
No, but I'm keeping.
You didn't see any
I'm
humor
keeping.
at all?
Right.
No.
I'm just keeping you in mind.
You got to admit, stay out show being ruined is funny. I don't care what you tell me. That is funny.
And you
that's
whacking
funny.
The dump button with a golf club?
Oh, that's right.
That's funny.
I have to say, Sal consulted me on the douchebag at work one, and I said, that's over the line, Sal.
And who knows that better than you are?
I did. I said it's over the line.
All right. So Tom has had a run-in with Sal. And
Can I be the better man, Tom, and apologize?
No, you could never be the better man, Sal.
Okay, because I'm not apologizing.
Good. And you could never be the better man.
Nice tie.
Thank you.
Why don't you try to run your throat?
Yeah. Ooh. You know what, Sal? And you go back and enjoy, and bilk somebody else out of stock money, okay?
Oh, you see, you have to go there. Is that not? I'm trying to keep this in the content of the show by making pictures of you with the dump button. I'm not going below the belt. I took away the sign that said douchebag. I took away another one that had to do with cancer. I apologize. What else can I do?
Leave.
I will eventually.
Okay, good.
All right. Well, Tom having a run-in with Sal, the stockbroker.
Obviously, this is not going well.
Tom.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Tom. All right. Let's play Sal's game. This is Sal's chance to win the job.
How could you be fighting with Tom already?
I like Tom. I don't know. Wow.
Well, you've gotten off on a bad foot. That's the expression.
Uh-oh, here comes number 2. Tom times 100.
Tim, go ahead. You're on the air.
What's up, Howard?
Hey, brother.
How's everything?
Okay, go ahead.
Real quick, I just want to make sure you're not turning homo on us here, talking about Casey's how good he looks in the swimsuit. And
well, I don't want to sit by the pool and hear the women go, "Oh, this is such a treat. Casey has a shirt off." Who needs that? I'm trying to look decent. And
I mean, we know Casey's a homo, but we can't lose you too, Howard.
Don't worry about me, pal. I'm all man.
I love how you guys can't handle it if there's a really good-looking guy.
I can handle it fine. Just tell him to leave.
Yeah, just leave. Zolar, you're on the air.
Yeah, I wanted to call in when goddamn Tom was in. I called him at his office yesterday.
Zolar called him at his office?
Yeah, he gets on the phone after his secretary puts me in there, and, I said, hey, listen, Tom, I don't have anything against you personally. I just started the conversation like that. And he's like, I don't care if you like me. And then I'm like, hey, listen, I don't know the rules and regulations. I'm not a professional broadcaster. He says, well, the regulations and rules come from my head. It's what I deem indecent. And I'm not putting you on the air, but Howard wants you.
Whatever.
Poor Tom's day is with Bobo and Zolar.
Well, you know what? Good.
I can't wait to sit next to him in Vegas. Make his life miserable.
See you in Vegas, Zolar.
You will, dude.
Later. That's Zolar. I like that guy.
Zolar's great.
You better like him or else I'll annoy the hell out of you. So, Sal, what game do you have for us? This is your audition, in a sense.
Yeah, well, what I did was, I know we have to do a revelation, so what I did was I privately interviewed everybody, and everybody said what annoys them most about Gary.
Okay.
We taken the quotes, and we have to see if Gary could guess what person is annoyed most about his attributes.
All right. Now, are you going to be able to play these back? You give them to Fred?
Yeah, the order's in the order that I say.
Oh, I see. I have it. Okay. All right. Well, you're going to play. Gary, I guess you are the victim.
He's going to say it, and I guess I have to
And
guess.
you'll have to guess, and then he'll play the tape, and you'll hear it in the person's voice.
All right.
This will be comfortable.
It's what annoys me most about Gary.
All right. Let's play, Sal. Let's see how it goes.
Who said, when he laughs, he takes a lot of air in his nose, and it causes him to snort like a pig?
That's true. Yeah, but which one of you said that about me?
Who's actually his choices?
Yeah, what are all
Howard,
the choices?
Robin.
It's the crew here. Howard, Robin, Benji, Fred, Artie,
Okay.
Ronnie, and Casey.
All right.
I'm going to go with Fred on that one. I could see Fred notices little things, and it's not really an angry thing, so I'm going to go with Fred.
Let's see if you're right.
Sometimes when Gary laughs, he breathes in so much air that his nose makes a snorting noise, and he sounds like a pig.
That's, I guess, KC.
KC, so that's one wrong.
Okay.
All right, Sal, so far, it's good.
All right,
I'm enjoying the game.
Thank you. At every commercial break, he bursts in and monopolizes Howard without anyone else getting a word in edgewise. He just keeps on going and going without taking a breath, and we should be all thankful for that.
It's either Howard or Robin. I'm going to go with Robin on that one.
You think Robin would say, though, without taking a breath, and we should all be thankful because she's making fun of your breath? That sounds a little not Robin-like to me, but all right, you say it's Robin.
Anybody else want to join in? Artie?
Oh, we can all play?
Yeah, I mean, if you want it.
Well, let Gary. Let it be Gary.
But Gary's the main one.
All right, let's find out.
Yeah, we're going with Robin.
I'm going with Robin.
The thing that annoys me most about Gary is how he just commandeers Howard's time and he monopolizes it so that no one can get a word in edgewise. He does a body block if he sees you coming so that he makes sure he keeps Howard's attention. And then he speaks nonstop
Robin.
without ever taking a breath.
It was a sentence. They asked for a sentence, not a novel.
Well, they asked for a normal set of teeth, not for the Great Wall of China.
Hey, you're a good host on this show.
Thank you, Howard.
This is his game show.
This is your game show. You got to admit, for those people who wrote hate mail about Sal, this is a good one.
This is good.
I'm giving you a 10.
What'd you think of yesterday, Howard? You didn't rate yesterday's bit.
I thought it was very funny. I admit
we
it.
could see it too, so maybe it needs the visual. I'm not sure about that one.
I think people sitting home heard the kids, and we were describing the toothbrush going into Gary's mouth. I thought it was pretty funny. True, it's going to be better on E, so I'd give that a 7.
The part that I thought was the funniest about it was the kids. When the kid was yelling, "Get your stinky breath," that was really funny.
That was good. Sal could have done more of that.
There's nothing more humiliating than what you did yesterday.
Thank you.
Oh, yes, there is.
Thank
and he's
you.
got it cooked up for later in the week.
I give it a 7. I give it an
Thank
8,
you.
maybe even. You know, it was good. I think
Out of
you're
all the
doing well.
production bits so far, would you consider that
I'm
one?
considering you a strong candidate.
Thank you.
But it's the audience you have to win over. Go ahead.
I didn't know that Harvey Leeds has a dental operation where he's making toothpicks. He actually called me yesterday. He wants to pin the toothbrush on the mouth.
Oh.
And actually distribute it. He's dead serious about it. He wants
Well,
to
you might
get-
make some money off this,
I
off
never
your
know.
new Gary game. All right, go ahead.
Okay, who said he is an a-hole, he's selfish, and he's self-absorbed?
Wow.
Wow.
Who are my choices again?
This crew, Ronnie, Scott, and KC.
Wow.
Yikes, I can't imagine who that might be.
You sure Lewis isn't in this game?
He is not.
Just kidding.
I
I got to go with Scott.
I'm going with Scott on that,
I'm going
too.
with
Yeah,
Scott.
that's the only person I could think of.
And also, you just added Scott's name in, so.
That really rocked out. Your lips were quivering on that one. It really
He's an
startled me.
a-hole, he's self-absorbed, and he's selfish.
Oh my goodness.
See, I don't see that.
From the
I don't
workahol-
see. I don't get that. Why do you think Scott
Why
said
is Scott
that?
saying
Because
that?
I tell him to work, and when he doesn't, I get mad at him.
Wow, that's
He's
strong.
an a-hole, he's selfish, and what?
Self-absorbed.
I don't think you're self-absorbed.
I don't either.
Not you at all.
You seem to be mostly absorbed with me.
Thank you. That's my job.
Right. I'm self-absorbed.
He's certainly not selfish. He's
No,
not
he's
any
not
of that.
When I went to Scott yesterday to record this bit, he was on the phone booking his Vertical Blue Band for the 100th time.
Right.
And he yelled at me to get the hell out of it. How dare I come in on the first day and demand that he get something done off the cuff?
Because he's busy with Vertical Blue.
Yeah, all day.
All
I
day.
can't believe he's not going to come down here and defend himself.
I don't know.
what?
There's a couple of times when I walk in the studio where the window he's working on closes very quickly, and there's music playing that doesn't sound like anything
He
we're
really
using.
did something underhanded yesterday too.
Why don't we lie, huh? Why don't we play that CD I gave you, Casey, of him directing everybody and telling them what to say?
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm doing my job.
Did you not? Did you not say that? You mean he told you to say that?
Yeah.
Your idea,
So you don't,
not your
do you
idea.
believe? But do you believe it?
No.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
That's no fun.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah. Why don't you throw me under the bus?
I
all
will.
right?
I will. Yesterday I went in
go
there
ahead.
to play the bit.
He walks in and he expects me to. I'm in the middle of something, and he expects me to do it right then.
You were on
right
the phone
now.
booking Vertical Blue, and I sat there for 15 minutes.
Dude, you got to stop.
I don't know
with
what
that
you're
Vertical
talking
Blue.
about.
Do that at home.
I was working.
Scott, do that at home
I
with
do
your
that
son's
at home.
band.
Wait a minute.
Not here.
I don't do that
We
here.
have stuff for you to do.
That's not the end of it.
If you
Go
got
ahead.
time for Vertical Blue, then
I don't
you
have time for Vertical Blue here. I don't do Vertical
What
Blue
really
here.
bothered me is that he said his son couldn't get booked at a particular club, so he uses Fred's band to open up for them so they can get the
What the hell
spot.
is wrong with you?
And Fred is a professional. He doesn't plug his band. 50% of the audience doesn't even know he has a band. Yet he's a gentleman enough not to do it, and all day long you're on Vertical Blue. I'm trying to get a job here, give you the bit, and you're yelling at me, throwing me out of the studio.
All right, now-
on cold for?
I don't know what. I don't even know what you're
Now
talking
you're saying
about.
those words weren't yours? The a-hole comment about Gary?
He didn't come to you and say, "What's the most
Wait a
annoying
minute. That's
thing about
not yours?
Gary?"
With the annoyance on Gary's not your words?
Well, I said it because you wanted me to.
But wait a second.
That's
Hold
a
on.
blatant lie. I can't believe it.
Sal, swear on the life of your children you didn't put him up to that.
I swear on the life of my children. He said straight out he's an a-hole.
Casey, play
self-absorbed.
the other CD that I gave you.
What are you talking about? The other CD would be me saying, I recorded Scott yesterday and asked him to re-record it today because my MP3 player crashed. You're a manipulative piece of crap.
Me?
Yeah. How
I don't
could
know
you
what
say that?
I don't know what you're talking
And
about.
in the hallway, you said you would deny anything I bring up today.
You don't even work here.
You're an idiot. Your son's band should be My Dad Sucks. You know what?
I believe Sal.
Dude, really?
Yep.
All day on
I
that
work with you for
phone,
18 years and you believe him?
I
You
think
believe
you're-
him?
I think you're lying right now. I think that those were your thoughts about Gary. I think you're pinning it on Sal, but I think you're
Sal
not
was
coming
going
clean.
around annoying everybody and trying to get everybody to say something bad about Gary.
Well, yeah,
so that
that's
was
the
the
game.
bit.
So I said something bad.
But so I just went along and I just played along with the bit.
All right, so it's your word.
The bit should be genuine. It should be like Gary's always busting in, but if that's what you think, that's a tough one.
No. Please. I mean, you know.
Sal didn't write that for you.
I thought of it.
Right.
I thought of it, and then
Thank you.
he said, "Say something bad about Gary." I'm like,
Say something annoying. You are so retarded.
Not really.
The question was,
I'm
what
like,
annoys
I'm
you
not
about
really.
Gary?
I'm
I'll
like,
tell you-
no, he goes, come on. You could think of something.
No, I could shed some light on this. What Sal did do is he asked you something and you just said it, and when he wrote what he wanted you to say in the quote part of it, and he really exaggerated what you said. Like he made it more vicious.
No.
All right, can we
Originally,
move on with the game?
No,
Who cares?
it sounded exactly like what Scott said.
It just bothers me that he uses Fred's band as well to use.
I don't use Fred's band. I don't even know what you're talking about.
I was there, stupid.
Well, here's a big question, Robin. With what you said about me, those were pretty much your thoughts?
Yeah.
Were you directed?
No.
Well, that's
Casey,
I
were
wasn't
you
directed.
No, I totally came up with that on my own. It's the snort. We didn't
I
hear
was
it yet,
not
though.
directed.
Isn't it funny that everybody knew it was Scott when you heard a-hole and he says he's being directed towards it? Yeah, you're a real Mother
No,
Teresa.
I came up with it because he was like, we got to come up with something that's negative about Gary.
All right, so that's
That's
fine.
the
But he
game.
didn't put it in your mouth.
No, I didn't say he put it in my mouth, but
Yes,
then he
you
was
did. You said
directing
he
me on
told
how
you he wrote it and
he
told you
didn't
to
write
say
it. I said it because he said, come up with something that's, that.
All
Yeah,
right.
Scott, go.
Yes,
Scott.
That's something I came out with and said I wanted to say.
All right, thank you.
It was just
I was
something.
trying to know if that you
None
meant
of us
it.
wanted to say this necessarily. It was just a
But
game.
having heard that, I have to think that the thoughts are kicking
Of
around the
course.
back of your head, even if you made them up.
Can we get on with the
You know the
game?
thing I did with John when I said I didn't like John and he got all upset about it? It's the same thing.
Can I get on with the game?
Yeah, let's go.
Thank you. All right.
You really hated
Stop.
John.
Go have a cigarette.
Go
It's time.
book your son
he
at the
really
Nobody
needs a
Cafe.
Was that verticalbluemusic.com? Can't even say
Oh,
it.
come on, dude. Come on, stop it.
Cut it out, Jackie.
Yeah, really. Goodbye. What's the matter with you?
Your son's band should open for Jackie. 2 nobodies in a row.
Go ahead, Sal.
All right, who said he hijacks every conversation?
We're playing What Annoys You About Baba Booey. Baba Booey trying to guess who said
that?
he hijacks every single conversation.
I'm going to go with Howard on that one.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
All right.
Fred, what do you find most annoying about Gary?
He hijacks every conversation. Every conversation.
Well, there you go.
Too wrong.
I said when somebody says you talk too much, I figured it could be anybody in the room.
No, that's
Sorry,
I
Fred.
got
what?
you.
It's not talks too much. It's hijacking the conversation. There's a difference.
And what I'm talking about is
I love this. I just love it.
this is actually I actually have to thank Sal for this because there's no way you can ever bring this up except in a game format like this.
Well, you can bring it up,
which makes me feel good. No, because then it just like turns into something else. Anyway,
this is more comfortable.
Look at Gary's.
There have been times when, and Robin can attest to this. I hope she's not going to bail on me.
Oh, I won't bail.
Yeah, there have been times when I've been having a conversation with Robin. I'll be like in mid-sentence. Gary will cut through like a saber, stop the conversation, direct the conversation to what he wants, drop his bomb, and then leave. And I'll look at Robin and go, what just happened? Am I exaggerating even the least?
Not at all. He does that a lot.
He did that with Artie. He actually stepped in the middle of Artie and I one time, and I'm like, what happened here?
Because you guys need help talking.
Maybe the lighting is bad in this part of the studio. Maybe his hearing is bad. Maybe his hearing is not tuned in to where he hears.
Is this just like a private conversation, or like?
It has nothing to do with the show. It's not like I understand why Gary has to speak with you during the program.
You're talking about just in private.
Just, you know, hanging out, having a conversation.
It'll be after the show. You
Wow.
know,
It'll be after the show.
Why do you get involved?
I don't understand it.
I don't know.
And you know what? Something? I like Gary. I think Gary is a fascinating conversationalist. But that's the one pet peeve that I have.
But Fred, do you think it's fair to say every conversation or a
Maybe
lot
I
of
misspoke.
conversations?
Let's say a majority of the conversation.
How about some? Let's go with some.
Let's say a lot.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the next one, Sal.
Here we go. Here we go. This one's a tough one.
Sal hitting a home run.
I'm in ha-ha heaven right now.
It's the quietest he's ever been. He just lights a fuse and walks away.
He's doing good. He's letting it happen.
Okay. This person said he can't stand the way you clear your throat.
Well, that's obviously Howard.
That's right.
There's a bunch of things that really annoy me about Gary. I mean, I could probably point out when he looks over my shoulder and his breath is all over me. But I think the most annoying, and he's going to know this, is when he clears his throat. Every morning he clears his throat, and, and you could hear the phlegm gargling up while I'm trying to eat. That's, for me, the most annoying.
Can I tell you something about that, by the way?
Yeah.
When I'm driving in the morning, right, coming down the West Side Highway, right about the time I get to 125th Street, I start thinking about it. I swear to God, I start thinking about it. And it's like I think about it, and then all of a sudden...
It's a psychosomatic thing.
It creates something that wasn't there.
Right.
Now, the whole ride in, I'm like... and I'm drinking water like crazy. But I don't know, the West Side Highway makes me think that this is another one of those mornings where I'm going to annoy Howard.
Right. I mean, there's so many things, like when sometimes Gary will just plunk himself down, like when I'm ready, like I'm just going on the air. And he's not doing anything wrong, but he's just sitting there. And he's trying to keep his teeth covered with his lips.
He's doing it now.
Yeah.
When he gets nervous,
and then he's trying not to attract attention. And then he gets a weird
That's a tough one. I know.
Side smile. Like this. And then I go, oh my God. And then he's like,
See, you could have gone on and on and on.
yeah.
When he closes his lips, it looks like he's holding on to like a cliff for dear life.
I got to tell you, not only do I give this bit a 10, we should do this with everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
that's good.
Marty.
Thank you, guys.
That's not bad.
Everybody should be on the seat with this
Sal,
one.
we'll all thank you at some point.
Go ahead. Let's finish the game. It's a good one.
Thank you. All right. He shakes his wrist above his head, and he doesn't say hello in the morning.
He shakes his wrist above his head. Yeah. That's got to be Benji.
He shakes his wrist over his head in the morning.
Oh, Ron?
A lot of times when he's walking down the hall, and a lot of times he doesn't say good morning.
When I walk in, Ronnie's behind glass.
Like a monkey.
I wave to him.
Right.
Instead of screaming hello.
It annoys him.
It's a weak one.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I forgot Ronnie was in the game.
I can understand that. Okay. He's hardly here as it is. Okay. He repeats the same old stories.
That's got to be Benji.
He repeats the same old story.
Artie.
Dude, you're so off.
Now listen, here's why I'm sensitive to that, because I'm guilty of the same thing. I repeat stories constantly.
Oh, don't take it back.
No, I'm not. I'm not. But I'm saying.
Own up to your complaint.
But
Sal,
in the world of being a hijacker and everything else, repeating a story is nothing.
But Sal did embellish that one. I said he repeats stories a lot. And he goes, all right. He gave me a line reading in there. He goes, now I want you to go. He repeats the same old story.
Yeah, you know who does that too is Artie. He does that a lot. Like, he probably because he like a lot of things you tell him, you're probably like really drunk. And
Artie laughs at his own stories. That pisses me off.
Does that annoy you?
Well, he'll always go.
But dude, why don't you explain?
I thought we were waiting for the.
Yeah, we're not there yet, right, Artie?
Oh, guess who says this, Artie? He laughs at his own stories.
I'm fat and drunk.
I'm the direct opposite of John. I actually deflected it from Gary onto me.
Yeah, exactly. All right, come on, Sal. Finish up the game.
Well, there's only one left, right?
There's only one left. Wow, you're good, Robin. Okay, here we go. He has a tendency to be very dismissive of thoughts other than his own.
That would be Benji.
He has a tendency to be very dismissive of thoughts that are different than his own.
Yeah, well, Benji.
Sounds like a politician.
I can understand that with you. Some of those thoughts.
I take a lot of Benji thoughts.
All right, we'll play this with other people on the show. That's very good, Sal.
You just started something.
Yes, Case?
I got the CD of him directing us.
Yes.
If you want to hear some of that.
I don't care. It was a home run.
Yeah, why ruin what was good?
I think as my job, it was my job to direct and to get a good bit out of it.
I think you did very, very
Yeah,
well.
he was trying to make us concise, that's all.
Let's go to Scott. Scott, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard. Yeah, he's got some major problems. Why is he attacking everybody, and he's got to work with these guys? It just doesn't make any sense.
He's mixing it up. He's trying to get John's job, man. He's just trying. Chauncey, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hey, by the way, I'm proud of Sal because this means a lot to him. You know what? The guy is hitting a home run day after day.
Oh, good.
He's doing good.
Thank you,
He
Chauncey.
really is. And let me tell you something. Scott the engineer, he really does hate Gary, and that's no joke. I was in the sound room last week with Scott.
Mm-hmm.
I wish to God I had my recorder on. Scott hates Gary.
Well, expand.
Well, he has a lot of issues with you, Gary. He feels that you don't do your job. That you just don't do anything there, and that you want things done right away, and then you walk away and you don't finish what you start. That was his big complaint. You don't finish what you start. You'll throw something at Scott, and then you just won't care about it. You'll walk away, and then you won't help him do what you wanted done, and it drives him crazy.
All right, there you go.
He really doesn't like Gary at all.
All right, listen, we're going to... what is it, Casey? I got to take a break, yeah.
Hey, Howard, I got everybody's name in the hat. You want to pick for tomorrow?
The Sal game, you mean?
Yeah.
It should be a regular game.
You pick.
All right. For tomorrow, it's Fred.
What's the most annoying thing about Fred?
Anybody want to play that game?
You only have to say one thing?
Hey, Howard.
Yeah.
I have a request, and for my celebrity interview, I would like it to be in the studio live Thursday with Beth. Now, I would like the fans to email me their favorite questions, and I'll cherry pick the best 5, and I'll ask them to Beth live in
Well,
studio.
I don't know if she can be here live, but you can maybe she can send to an interview on the phone.
Okay. My Beth interview, if you would allow it.
I would allow it. It's up to her.
Okay.
I don't control her.
She is a celebrity.
That's
and
true.
you want the audience to submit questions.
Or at least getting banged by one.
If she says okay,
Cool,
Gary,
man.
write her an email and
Yep.
ask her if she's interested in that.
She's your girlfriend. He's got to write her an email?
Yeah.
I guess
I'm not
so.
going to go home and remember
He
that
doesn't
Sal
mix
wants.
business with pleasure.
Good point. Good
Yeah.
point.
I'm not gonna. I'll forget about that 2 seconds after you say it.
Thank you, guys. And
All right.
thanks to
Thank you,
everybody.
Sal the
Great
Stockbroker.
game, Sal.
Day 2 of Sal the Stockbroker coming in with a winner, a 10.
Thank you.
If you like Sal, vote for Sal.
Of course, I'm going to hate that game when it's my turn.
Well, I've already taken a few hits.
Yeah, you already know some of the things that could be said
jeez.
about you.
We'll be back right after this.
How do you think that went?
It went great, man. I'm really happy about it, you know. Just being truthful, doing what I do, creating bits. I'm glad it mixed up really good. Yeah, I'm a little worried, you know, because the fans are tough, but I think I can win them over. At least I hope so.
Howard said that was a 10.
But there's nothing better than the king himself saying it's a 10. I did my job. That's what I'm supposed to do here, so I'm real happy with that.
Do you think those things were true about you?
I think there's a grain of truth in some of the things that people said. You know, I know there's a grain of truth in some of them, but I got to tell you, I was telling Casey, you know what? I take it personally. I do. I get a little bummed out about it. By tomorrow, it'll be another day, and I'll be over. But you know, nobody wants to hear what's wrong with them. Pay a shrink for that. My friends, my alleged friends.
So when people say like you interrupt conversations and you're rude.
See, I think it's true that I interrupt conversations sometimes. I don't think it's true that I do it all the time. I thought that Benji's was really, you know, Benji has lots and lots of ideas, and not all of them are home runs. So I guess when I don't take one that he likes, he sees it as dismissive. What Robin said is probably true. Howard I knew was true. Casey's I thought was funny. I think Artie's was okay. I think Fred's and Scott's were the ones that got me the worst.
How do you think Sal's doing?
That was a great bit today. I'm 50-50 on the game yesterday. I thought the kids making fun of me were funny. I didn't think it worked great for radio, but today's bit was a home run. Just a home run.